G'day! Got LEGO Minifigures Series 26 Space Edition. The boxes are back, but thankfully, so are the big QR codes, which means we should be able to scan these and figure out which ones we want. When I first picked these up, there wasn't a list out, but I do know these are two different minifigs. And all I know from these two is they end in 28 and 27. To figure out what the code is, look at the bottom and block out part of the regular UPC barcode. With your smartphone, open up the QR code reader and focus on the big data matrix QR code on the right here. It should spit back a string of numbers. All you really have to care about are the last two digits of that first segment of the number. That's all you need to remember to hunt for these space minifigs. So in this case, this ends in 28. Most smartphones should have a pre-installed camera app that can read these data matrix QR codes. You could download an app to have them decipher these codes, but then that's another app on your phone. Let's crack them open and see which ones we got. The box on this code says it should end in 28. They've got printing on these base plates. You'll see a bunch of stars to go with the space theme. A panel or some kind of pouch thing on their chest. The suit has these arms that swivel out. They can go all the way back and angle as needed. See nice printing on the arms there. More printing on the other side of the arm. Big bulky pack on the back. And the helmet is either all on or all off. You can't really leave it half open. There's the face, patching in with the comms. Complete back of the head, there's no reverse. That'd be creepy to see other eyes coming out the back. So if the code ends in 28, it should be the spacewalking astronaut. The data matrix QR code on this one says it ends in 27. Orion's a very neat build. The legs and the arms are translucent and covered in the stars. The headpiece is also translucent. There's the face. There's nothing on the reverse. Orion's wearing a bit of an armor, plate at the front and the back. Some kind of linothorax on the torso with some teruges on the bottom half. Walking around with a shield with the constellation and the big club. If the QR code ends in 27, it should be Orion. Hey, Bonza! Looks like we got number 1 and number 11. Looks like I'll be back at the store tomorrow, and hopefully by then someone else has posted a list. Let's see if I can get the nurse android, Impostor, and the alien tourist. And looks like someone's picked up the first few on this first level. Back from the store again. Grab some more just so we can verify the rest of the codes. If they're correct, we've got the alien tourist, the imposter, and the retro space heroine. Let's crack them open. The code on this box ends on 22, so it should be the retro space heroine. The retro space heroine. She has a gold blaster, gold belt and trims on her costume, side printing on the arm. There's a gold collar on the back, ponytail. It's a very nice looking helmet. That's one side of the face. There's the reverse. She also has a little robot doggy. I think it's a robot. Silver sheen to it. If the code ends in 22, it should be the retro space heroine. Last two digits on this box are 19. So it should be the imposter. Dun dun. An inconspicuous brown suit. Looks like there's an access panel on the back. Has an interesting haircut with what looks like an antenna coming out the top. Comes with a little green alien with one eye. The main face looks like it's a viewport with a little green alien inside. The reverse is a very cheery face. My box came with 3 little aliens. So if the code ends in 19, looks like you're going to get the imposter. The code on this one ends in 26, so I think it should be the alien tourist. Alright. The alien tourist is one of those greys. A very loud open shirt, short legs, stars and fronds on the back, a blue backpack with snacks no doubt, an aqua fedora, big eyes, nothing on the reverse, plus a camera. So if the code ends in 26, it's going to be the alien tourist. This is a list of the codes with the R series. Looks like the codes are all working still. These should be the numbers that go with the S series boxes. The numbers below the QR code have either an S or an R, and that's going to determine whether or not the last 2 digits go with one sheet or the other. I don't have the budget for all 12, but I'm still looking out for the nurse android and the one in the flying saucer costume. Back from another store, and they had 2 full boxes, so if all is good, we should have the nurse android, flying saucer costume fan, and the ice planet explorer. Let's crack them open. This QR code ends in 24, so it should be the flying saucer costume. The flying saucer costume fan, held like this, is just a flying saucer. So it's a green face, no reverse. On the back, there's a print of the Earth and the Moon. The saucer has vents on the underside, and a shooting star on the front, and stars down the front of the pants. If the code ends in 24, it's the flying saucer costume fan. In this box, the code ends in 18, so it should be the Ice Planet Explorer. The Ice Planet Explorer. We've got a helmet. Looks like a chest plate with shell pads and a big belt. Claws on the feet. A robot penguin sidekick. Ports on the back, which I believe are supposed to hold this, which I think is also a chainsaw. Or I guess you could attach it this way. Or the penguin can hold the chainsaw. So when you're not wearing the helmet, they've got red hair underneath. That's one face. That's the reverse. And underneath the shell pads, there's a bit of a fluffy collar. If the code on the box ends in 18, it's the Ice Planet Explorer. Code on this box ends in 23, so it should be the nurse android. Beep, beep, boop. And that's the nurse android. The arms are semi-translucent, with printing on the side. This arm looks like it has an EKG reader. There's about a chest plate with outlines for knees that don't exist. There's a battery indicator on the back. That's the one face. And a charging port on the back. Or maybe that's the other face. With a blue baby bottle and the baby pink astronaut. If the last 2 digits on the QR code end in 23, it's the nurse android. So I'm 8 out of 12, and I'm good for now. And thanks to the QR codes, I didn't have any duplicates. See you next time on Resident Alien.